Welcome to Real Estate Roundup. I'm Emmanuel Romanis. Today is a very special day for me. It is our 1-year anniversary. So happy anniversary to Real Estate Roundup. And I have you, the viewers, to thank for that. Now I'm going to enjoy that after the show. I have to say before I get started that my favorite cupcakes are from my daughter, obviously. And she does make awesome cupcakes. But a strong second are cupcakes from my friends down at Bethel Bakery, which is what this is, a Bethel Bakery cupcake. And the crew and I today are enjoying these, not just me. And lucky for me, Bethel Bakery is just right down the street from the studio, so it was real easy to pick them up. But again, this is our 1-year anniversary show, and I have to say, when I started this last year, I really had no idea where it was going to go, if it was going to take off, if people were going to like it. You just never know. And fortunately, again, with the thanks of the viewers, it has been a tremendous success, and we will go on as long as you keep watching and keep sending in emails. And I'm just tickled pink about that. Again, I didn't know what to expect. Some people have sent in emails, and people have asked me on the street, what got you into this? Why did you start doing this? 2 reasons, really. I enjoy it. I had the opportunity a little while back to work on another project with Dave Cable and his staff here at BPTV, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It didn't quite take the traction that I was hoping, and it was rather short-lived. I think that project only lasted about 6-7 months, and there just wasn't a real good call for it. So we decided to fold up our tent and put that one to rest. But this one here, again, I enjoy doing this, and I have something to say that I think, at least at the time when I started it, was important to viewers like yourself. It was important information that people could use, that people may want to hear, and it's turned out that I was correct this time. You definitely do want to hear it. You seem to like the show. And again, if there's anything we can do differently, if there's something else you want to see, or things we can add, we can take away, by all means contact the show. You can email us at any time at realestateroundup@outlook.com. And I read every email and I take them to heart, good, bad, or indifferent. Not everything is positive, obviously, and I've tried to adjust if I feel that the adjustment is warranted, and hopefully it's made for a better show. Another thing that I've tried to do, and hopefully it's been successful, I think it has, by the feedback that I've been getting, is to make the show interesting by covering just a whole gamut of different information. I mean, looking back over the past year, we've covered things from how to fix squeaky doors and squeaky floors using household items, how to keep deer away in an environmentally friendly way, how to kill weeds in an environmentally friendly and green way without using pesticides. We've looked at how to clean chandeliers. We've looked at roofing issues, mortgages, feng shui. We've explored that. So just a myriad of different things. And again, I try to keep it interesting. The show is called Real Estate Roundup, and we want it to be, at least the majority of it, centered around real estate issues. But we can deviate from that a little bit and throw some things in there that are more consumer issues or pop culture issues, if you will. Anytime that I can, I try to tie it into real estate because, again, that's the main crux of the show. That's what it's about. But, we try to have a little bit of fun with it. if some of you remember, those of you that watched, and actually a lot watched because I got just a boatload of email about it, was our Christmas show when we were visited by Santa Claus. And he actually brought with him actual letters that were written by grade school children. We got a lot of good feedback about that show. You people just loved it. You thought it was fun. You thought it was interesting. And again, it just, something different to spice things up. And hopefully going forward, we can keep doing that and hopefully improve upon that and do a better job on that. So again, thank you. I appreciate your support in the first year, and I'm looking forward to even a bigger second year. So with that, we're going to switch over to our segment that we call Who Knew? It's a recurring segment. And with that, this is going to be a little bit different, again, to try to keep things a little fun. Everyone is a fan of pizza delivery, or so I thought until I was informed that the delivery time for my order was going to be 24 hours at a cost of $200. I'll explain when we come back. Stick with us.
I've shown an interest in making home movies. Me and some buddies would just grab a camera and you just start making these videos, and then you realize at some point that this isn't just a hobby anymore, it's something that you actually want to pursue, and there's this great facility right down the road, BPTV. A lot of people will try to do these productions on their own, and one of the things they don't have is the equipment, but right here is everything that you need in one nice little bundle. There's lights, cameras, reflectors, dollies, all kinds of little knickknacks, like anything that you'd want to use that you would need for a production, you have it right here, like it's all right here. You can make your own feature movie just with the stuff from this studio. Come meet Dave Cable, let him show you around, and I think you'll realize that this is something that you could fall into regardless of your level of expertise, whether you're a beginner or even if you're a more advanced learner. There's something here for everyone, and I feel that you just need to come through and just be a part of the experience and just watch and learn, and let Dave be your guide.
Welcome back. As I mentioned before the break, we were talking about pizza delivery. Now, everyone, I'm sure, at some time in your life or another, whether you own your own home, whether you rent, whether you live in mom and dad's basement, whatever the case may be, at some point, everybody has ordered pizza for delivery. And, pizza stores are becoming akin to Starbucks. It seems like there's one on every corner. And, pizza taste is different and unique, and that's how they all stay in business. And it's actually very remarkable. Dough and sauce and cheese, but it all seems to taste a little bit different. Anyway, I was out visiting my daughter a couple months ago who lives on the West Coast. She lives in LA. And we were there with a bunch of her friends, and I thought, hey, let's just get a pizza. Nobody wants to cook. Everybody loves pizza. So there was a little flyer on her refrigerator, Mama and Papa's Pizzeria. So I didn't bother asking. I just figured I'm going to call. I'm going to order a bunch of pizzas and have them delivered. So I call up, and I said, look, I have about a dozen people here. So what's your largest pizza? That's what I want. And they told me the largest pizza we have is 4.5 feet by 4.5 feet. It takes 24 hours to make, and it's $200 plus tax. So I didn't believe them at first, but I did some research, and it's true. Mama and Papa's Pizzeria in LA, they actually hold the Guinness World Record as the largest pizza commercially available that is also delivered. They have a small radius in which they will deliver that pizza. And again, it's 4.5 by 4.5 feet square. You have to order it 24 hours in advance, and it's $200 plus tax. Who knew? I certainly didn't. Okay, so with that, I want to move over now to. Oh, I got my files out of order here. Give me a second. Okay, last year the Remodeling Magazine, and this is something that a lot of people were interested in, so I want to make sure that I cover it every year. Remodeling Magazine does a survey. It's a cost value survey of what adjustments, what upgrades to a home will bring back the best return on investment. So, is adding a kitchen worthwhile? Is adding a sunroom worthwhile? Is updating the doors worthwhile? What type of return on investment do you get? What's good? What's bad? What should you look at? Because let's face it, when people go to sell their homes, you want to make it as appealing as possible. That way you can get the most money out of it, obviously, but also you can sell it quickly, so it's appealing to the buyers. But most people only have a finite level of income that they can spend, or a finite budget, I should say. Income is probably not the right word, but a finite budget. So you want to allocate your resources to where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. So Remodeling Magazine does a survey every year to answer these questions. And 2016 survey results recently came out, and I just want to share some of this with you because, again, if any of you in the near future are going to be selling your home or thinking of adding additions or upgrades for the thought that, I'm not going to be selling right now, but I want to spruce up my house, I want to take advantage of some things, but I also want to get my money out of it down the road. What should I go after? What should I look at? Where should I allocate my resources? So nationally, they broke it down to mid-level homes and upscale homes. Now, unfortunately, they didn't include, or if they did, I certainly didn't see it, a price range of what is considered upscale, what is considered mid-level. But in any event, mid-level, the most bang for your buck nationally is to add fiberglass attic insulation. Nationally, they estimate you get 116% return on your investment by adding fiberglass attic insulation. The worst thing you can do as far as return on investment, according to the survey, is to add a backup power generator. You only get 59.4% return on your investment by adding a backup power generator. That's not something that is usually added, but there are situations, there are homes in rural areas where a backup generator is certainly vital. But again, that's what the survey shows. As far as the upscale homes, the number one return on investment was replacing the garage door, which I would have never thought of. But the survey says that your return on investment is 90.1% by replacing the garage door. The bottom is to add a bathroom, an additional bathroom. Your return on investment is only 56.7%. Now, don't confuse that with updating a bathroom, because the axiom of bathrooms and kitchens sell homes is still true. This is adding an additional bathroom, not upgrading an existing bathroom. a big difference between the two, so don't get the two confused. Now, as far as the Pittsburgh area is concerned, our own hometown, the mid-range homes, the top two best returns on your investment, number one is to add manufactured stone veneer on the outside of the home. Your return on investment in Pittsburgh is 143.5%. It's pretty darn good. The second biggest return in Pittsburgh is to replace the vinyl siding. You get 128.4% return on that. The bottom, as far as the mid-range homes is concerned, again, adding a bathroom, you only get a 44.7% return on that. And there's that backup power generator again, 46.1. You know what? Just forget the backup power generator. If you need it as a necessity, get it. But as far as adding value to the home, not going to happen. So just forget about that one. As far as the upscale homes in the Pittsburgh market, engineered siding replacement, 81.6% return on investment. And number two is garage door replacement, 80.4%. The bottom for upscale homes in Pittsburgh, adding a master suite, only a 44.1% return. And again, the bathroom additions. So backup power generators, bathroom additions, stay away from them. That's not the best place to allocate your money. So again, it's very interesting stuff. The survey comes out every year. If you go to Remodeling Magazine, you can get it online and you can read the full report. But it's very timely and it's very, very good information that a lot of people seem to like. So that's definitely one thing that I want to cover every year. So those are the results, the highlights for 2016. The next thing I want to talk about, and I had a couple emails about this, and that's the reason why I want to cover this. It's negotiation pitfalls. Now, real estate is one big negotiation, whether you're the buyer, the seller, commercial, cemetery, or not cemetery plots, but mobile home plots, whatever the case may be. It's one big negotiation. So, you know, if you don't negotiate properly, you could lose a lot of money. According to a Consumer Reports survey in 2015, in a typical transaction, they found the money you stand to gain or lose based on your decisions during the negotiation process could be substantial, from 11 to 20% of the home's value. Now think about that. You can gain or lose between 11 and 20% of the home's value based on how you negotiate. That's a big sum of money. So negotiation is crucial. Now, here are some pitfalls for buyers and sellers according to the Consumer Reports survey. First, for buyers, some of the pitfalls involved buying the first house you fall in love with. That's a definite no-no. You know, my father told me many years ago that once-in-a-lifetime deals happen every day. And he was right. You don't have to jump at the very first thing that you come across. Underestimating costs. This is a big mistake that first-time home buyers make, especially first-time home buyers, because a lot of times they're solely focusing on the mortgage payment, but they don't take into account closing costs, taxes, utilities, transfer taxes, things of that nature, general maintenance costs. So you want to make sure that you understand all of the costs that are involved. Credit score. We've talked about this many times over the past year. Take care to upgrade your credit score. You can save hundreds, possibly thousands of dollars in interest over the life of the loan. Shop around for a mortgage. You know, banks and mortgage companies are in business to make money. The bank that you've been dealing with for 20 years may not necessarily have the best product to service your mortgage. So it definitely pays to shop around. And a home inspection, as we've talked about many times, if you're the buyer is vital. You know, there may be things that nobody can see with the naked eye that a home inspection can bring to light. So it's very important that you do that. You don't want to pass that step up. For the sellers, and again, this is something we've spoken about before, is overpricing your home. An overpriced home will not only appeal to the wrong target audience, but it could actually start to turn qualified buyers away. So you want to make sure that it's priced right. Again, another axiom in real estate, which is very true, exposure and price is what sells real estate. And it's very, very true. Hiring the first agent you meet. I've talked about this many times. In fact, we've talked about this. This was one of the issues on the very first show that we did a year ago. Even agents within the same company are very, very different. You want to shop around for an agent. What will they offer you? Do you get along with them? It's very important that you don't just jump at the first agent that calls you and says, hey, you know, I can take care of your needs. Shop around. It makes a difference. Google search your address. The first place people go now to look for real estate is the internet. They're Googling your address. You should do the same. Is there a lien that you satisfied that is still showing up? Are the taxes accurate? All these things could jeopardize the sale of your home. So you definitely want to Google search your address. And don't list the home before you're ready. You know, buyers don't want to walk into your house and see a hole in the wall and get an explanation, yeah, we're going to fix that. You need everything ready and in pristine condition before you put it on the market. So again, these are some of the downfalls that came up with that survey. Important stuff. We had some people that wrote in about it, so I thought it was important to cover it. So we're going to take a break now. Please stick around. Again, if you want to contact the show, simply drop an email to realestateroundup@outlook.com. And when we come back, we're going to dip into the mailbag and see what kind of goodies we can find. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Hi, we are the varsity cheerleaders at Bethel Park High School, and we have a special invitation for you.
We would like you to join us for the Bethel Park Cheerleaders and Boosters 26th Annual Spring Fashion Show that benefits Special Olympics Allegheny County.
This year's Starry Night theme show will be held on Sunday, April 3rd, 2016 at Independence Middle School's auditorium. The doors will open at noon.
Tickets are $5 for adults and $3 for students. Due to the incredible support of the community for this annual event, all organizers and participants are volunteers, enabling all proceeds to go directly to this very worthwhile charity.
Last year, the fashion show culminated in a donation of more than $8,000, raising the BPCBA's total donation from the past 2 decades to more than $177,100.
Your support on behalf of this very important cause will help to raise money to enrich the lives of Special Olympic athletes throughout Allegheny County.
Through your support, these very special athletes will be given opportunities to train in 14 different sports and compete in 22 tournaments throughout the year.
Each year, we invite an ambassador to participate in this exciting charitable event. This year, we have 2 special guests.
We are pleased to introduce our 2016 Special Olympic athletes. Here is Andy and Ellie. Both Andy and Ellie live in Bethel Park and are a part of our community and schools.
There is a wonderful afternoon planned with fashions and many local retailers. Please come to our fashion show and watch us. Please support Special Olympics of Allegheny County and my fellow athletes.
There's also a fabulous basket auction and light refreshments. Our primary source of fundraising comes from the basket auction segment of the show, where the baskets are comprised of items donated by local businesses.
We hope to see you at the 26th Annual Bethel Park Cheerleaders and Boosters Fashion Show benefiting Special Olympics Allegheny County on Sunday, April 3rd, commencing at 1 p.m. at Independence Middle School. For tickets, please see any Bethel Park cheerleader or call 412-292-4013.
Please support Special Olympics.
Come see us. Go Hawks!
Welcome back. Let's jump right into the mailbag. We have a few moments left, and there are a couple things that I pulled out that I thought were relevant. So the first one is Nicole in South Park. She writes in saying that she and her husband are in the process of purchasing their first home. Congratulations, Nicole. And she wanted to know what transfer taxes were. I guess on her cost sheet, which is always listed, she saw transfer tax and wasn't sure exactly what they were. Transfer taxes incorporate state, municipality, and school tax anytime real estate is transferred within the state of Pennsylvania. That's why it's called a transfer tax. And they could range, Nicole, anywhere from 2 to 4% depending on where you live. The state portion is 1%, and then depending on the municipality and the school district, it could range from 0.5%, 0.75% to 1%. The total transfer tax in our area typically is between 2 and 4%. June from Bethel Park asks, what is the Real Estate Recovery Fund? This is an excellent question. Some people, June, may know about it. Most people probably do not know about it. It is in the sales contract of every real estate transfer that goes on, that uses the standard real estate sales contracts. It is in there. And what the Real Estate Recovery Fund is, it's a mechanism for consumers. And let me just read the way that it's written in the contract. It is a last resort mechanism to provide a means for aggrieved persons to collect judgments awarded in a civil suit. These judgments must result from civil suits against real estate licensees for fraud, deceit, or misrepresentations in a real estate transaction. So if you feel that during the real estate transaction, June, that you've been misrepresented, deceit has gone on, fraud has gone on, and you've exhausted all the other means available to you, the Real Estate Recovery Fund is there as a mechanism for you to try to recoup some of that loss. And that's what it is. But again, it is only for civil actions. It does not apply to criminal actions, only civil actions. An excellent question. It affects everyone who buys and sells real estate, and my guess is that the majority of people don't know that it exists. But it is there as a consumer protection mechanism for that purpose. So that was an excellent question. Do we have time for one more? Actually, we're running a little bit late, so we're gonna save this next one for the next show. But again, let me just summarize. I want to wish the crew, Real Estate Roundup, the crew at BPTV, and myself a happy 1-year anniversary. I want to thank you for watching and being a part of the show, and I hope you continue to watch. That's a wrap for today. Thank you once again, and we'll see you next time.